it's Bumbleberry. Welcome back to Cinders.
Oh, what time is it? The sun is already so high in the sky. I must have slept in. Considering how long I spent outside last night, that's hardly a surprise. I'm still not sure what to think about what happened. I want to trust Tobias, but still. Well, at least it's something different from the usual. Strange how my life has been so boring all this time, and suddenly all these things are happening to me, right when a game dev decided to create something about it. But even stranger than that, I wonder why no one came to wake me up yet. It must be at least noon, if not later. Surely Carmosa hasn't decided to be gracious and grant me a holiday. I want none of your pitiful excuses. Uh-oh, Carmosa's not in a gracious mood. I should get going and see what's going on before she catches me like this. Everyone is here. You're an even bigger disappointment than usual. Looks like Carmosa's mad at Gloria today. I wonder why. Hey, Sophia? Cinders, not so loud. I don't want to get in trouble or miss any of this. But what's going on? Business as usual. Mother's in a bad mood and Gloria was the nearest thing she could yell at. I'm not interested in your excuses. It's your duty to make sure there's enough wood for the fireplace. But if the servant is allegedly ill, then find someone else. Do it yourself if you have to. I'm sorry, Mother. I understand. If you truly understood, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. But I am wasting my breath. I can only hope that you've learned your lesson and this won't happen again. Seems I can't trust you girls with even the smallest tasks. I wish that one of you would finally take charge of things. Yes, Mother. Well, don't just say yes. Prove you're worthy by taking action. Make sure dinner is ready in 2 hours. I expect the wood to be chopped by then as well. Don't worry, Mother. I will. Cinders, Sophia, why were you two wasting your time eavesdropping instead of being useful? It's not a waste to watch the mighty, all-knowing Gloria get scolded by Mom. Oh, what's this? You usually have a sharp reply. Now you can't think of anything to say? Whatever happened to the perfect, glorious, outspoken Gloria? One scolding from Mom is all it takes to shut you up. I don't have time to deal with your childish jealousy right now, but watch your tongue. It will certainly get you in trouble someday. They're like so weird right now. Anyway, you two heard Mother. Dinner must be ready in 2 hours, so get started. What? Why do we have to get dinner ready? Because I'll be busy taking care of Mother's other needs, like getting the wood chopped. If you'd rather not, I can always tell Mother you refuse to obey her orders. Fine, I'll do it. Just pray that your food isn't poisoned. As if you'd have the guts to do such a thing, little sister. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have duties to attend to. Well, it looks like I'm stuck working with you, Cinders. I don't know what to say. You sure told her, or why were you so cruel to Gloria? I guess I'll be a goody two-shoes. Why were you so cruel to Gloria? Why? Don't you hate her too? Well, maybe, but you're her sister. Aren't you supposed to support each other? Oh, if only Gloria believed that. No, there's certainly no support here, and it's mostly her fault. She always acts so smug and self-righteous, but there's no trace of her own will or personality in there. She's just trying to copy Mom, even though it's impossible. And of course she takes out all her frustration on me. She probably thinks Mom will recognize her more if she keeps degrading me. I have no reason to be kind to her. I understand. But don't you wish that would change? Living under Carmosa is hard enough already. Wouldn't it be better to band together instead of fight each other? Maybe. Why does it matter? Why am I even discussing this with you? I must be getting desperate. Of course, I want to be on better terms with Gloria, but she drew a line a long time ago. I may not be as clever or as beautiful as Mom and Gloria, but I'm not naive. People don't just change. They'll remain cruel as long as it benefits them. That's such a sad outlook on life. It must have been really hard for you growing up. Oh, please, I don't need pity, especially not from you. Life is hard, and no amount of sweet words will change that. Now let's go get dinner ready before we get in trouble. Okay. Oh my gosh, you're in my hut, and I'm confused. It'll be nice having someone helping me with dinner for once. Hurry up and take out all the ingredients we're gonna need. Why me? Isn't it obvious? I hardly step foot in the place, so naturally I don't know where anything is. Naturally, that doesn't mean you can't help with the preparation, though. I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? There's no way you can prepare dinner in 2 hours alone. I'd be in just as much trouble as you if it's not done. Mother isn't forgiving towards anyone. I figured that much out myself. Now here are all the ingredients. Yuck, that stench is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Are they rotting or something?
Have you literally never smelled vegetables? No, this is just how vegetables smell. They grow in the soil, you know. Sure, but I can't believe you actually live with this odor. I bet sometimes you must feel like a rather large carrot. That's very funny, Sophia. Besides, I wasn't exactly my own choice to move here. I used to have a proper bedroom before Gloria took it.
Of course. How could I forget? Still, you should be grateful. They say harsh conditions help to build character. You're bound to become a diamond here, while poor Gloria softens with every passing hour. Why is her face so sad when she says that? Can't you give me a break for once? If that's how it's going to look, I prefer to risk Hermosa's anger and prepare dinner alone. Oh, fine. Don't be so uptight, sis. One Gloria in this house is one too many. So, what was it like before we moved in with you, anyway? Probably quieter? Yeah, I'll tell you, why not? Let's pretend to bond. Do you really want to know? And hold on, I need to grab this thing. Of course, we've got to talk about something, or else it'll be awfully dull in here. Well, can't you just admit that you're actually interested in my life? Well, if you must know, the moment we started talking, I decided it's better to imagine you as a character from some bad romance novel. It's much less personal like that. And this is kind of a romance novel. A visual novel. You're such a darling sometimes. I know, right? I may not be the worst or best in the family, but you can't accuse me from lacking creativity. Let's get back to the book you're in. Well, life was different when Father was still alive. More carefree. Although I suppose that's how childhood is. Father had a way with kids. I think he was a rather big child himself, always dreaming. I loved it back then. I see. And how do you feel about it now? It wasn't too dreamy. It was great. It was fantastic. I loved it all so much. Everything was so magical. He tried very hard to keep the worries of life away from me. It was like living in a fairy tale. Demons! I used to wonder what having a proper father would be like, but I think I'm all cured now. It sounds like trying to keep in touch with reality wasn't exactly his forte. That may be, but I was just a kid with a happy childhood. There are some dreams you just don't want to wake up from. What about your mother? Do you remember her? Unfortunately, she passed away giving birth to me. I still feel guilty about it, even though I know it doesn't make any sense. Father told me a lot about her, but I didn't really know if that's how she was or just an idealized image. Either way, I know that her death had a huge impact on him. I think he was very lonely, and that's why he married Crazy Pants with her 2 daughters. Perhaps that's why he preferred to get lost in his dreams rather than face real life. I'm sure it got even worse after we came into your life, huh? Ew, this onion is making my eyes wet. Oh, are you crying? Give that to me, I'll chop it. If you rinse the knife first, it shouldn't sting that much. As for you, I'll say my life was definitely different after you came in. Oh, just be honest. I know your life has been miserable ever since your father married our lovely mother. Trust me, it's not like Gloria and I wanted this either. And yet, here we are. One big happy family. You can be awfully cynical at times. Oh, you noticed. Fine then. Yes, my life got worse when you showed up. I'm a servant. No, a slave in my own house. Not like you'd understand. Yes, what could I possibly know about it? Stupid onion. Sounds to me like it's your turn to talk about your life. Well, there's not much to say. That can't be true. It's obvious a lot has happened to you and Gloria. You wouldn't be like this otherwise. It's kind of rude, but okay. Besides, you said you wanted a conversation, so tell me about yourself. Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. When we were children, we lived out in the countryside. Our house wasn't as nice as this one, though. Our father was a military man. He got himself killed in some war, and that left Mother a widow. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. I hardly even saw the man. When he was around, he was like a complete stranger. Not a proper father at all. His death meant nothing to us. What about Carmosa? It must have affected her. Maybe that's why she's the way she is now. Was that supposed to be a joke? Mom didn't care about him any more than we did. Then why did she marry him? Well, why does anyone get married? I want to say for love. I guess for many reasons. There are a lot of reasons for people to get married. I don't think I can give one solid answer. Some do it to attain higher status or more riches. It's also a way to ensure you aren't alone when you're old. And love, or at least mutual respect, plays a role too. You're right. For instance, an ugly girl like me, you're not ugly. What is wrong with you? Would only attract men looking for status. They would try to climb the social ladder using my back for rungs. It was the opposite with Mother. She used her looks to attract a man of higher social standing. If you had a penchant for melodrama, you could say she climbed his dead body to where she is now. Ew. Carmosa comes from a poor family. They had a title of nobility, but they'd lost most of their riches and splendor. The only way for her to advance up the social ladder was to marry. And she was ambitious. She married an officer who was relatively rich and had a lot of accolades. She probably planned ahead, even there. For all I know, she chose a man who would probably die in battle, so she could marry even higher later. How can you say that? That's such a cruel assumption. Cruel? It's not like she killed him. He would have died anyway. She just wanted something more out of life. Still a cold thing to do. Cold? Sure, it's cold. It's business. I don't see what's wrong with it. Mother's not dumb. She did what she had to do. There's not much room in this world for women with ambitions, so you take what you can get. So back then, was your life as bad as it is now? Worse. What? How so? Well, you weren't around. You mean you were the lowest person on the totem pole? Listen, if you're not around, who do you think became the victim? Mother's always needed a scapegoat, and Gloria would do anything to please the woman. I'm not as pretty, smart, or ambitious as them, so naturally she humiliated me, and Mom didn't disapprove. And now that I'm here, they no longer target you. Is that it? That's exactly it. Mom and Gloria have a new scapegoat, and my life is finally a little better. Oh, I see. So, now that you're no longer tormented, you choose to torment me instead. Of course, nothing personal, but it's either me or you, and I certainly won't be a victim again. Besides, you should be grateful. Didn't your father shield you from the real world too much? Well, now you get to see exactly what it's like. That's the way of all things. You're either the hunter or the prey. As long as Mother and Gloria focus on you, I can go back to being my own worthless self. You're not worthless. What is wrong with you? Just listen to yourself. You're not worthless, ugly,
Stupid, or even cruel. My mind, what has made you an expert all of a sudden? That's ridiculous. It's obvious the person you hate the most is yourself, but you have no reason to. So you make up all these excuses like you're too stupid or ugly or worthless when you know it's not true. But it's still an easy way out, isn't it?
You prefer to convince yourself you're nothing so that nobody will expect anything more from you. You don't have to change or do anything if you're worthless, after all. You sound like you're trying to convince yourself that you're all-knowing. You're not worthless, Sophia. You know that. It's almost endearing how hard you try to see the good in other people, but you're just being naive. It's not naive at all. I was paying attention when you were talking, and I learned something important. You think you're worthless because you feel you can't measure up to Carmosa or Gloria, but it's the opposite. Carmosa is a woman of strong influence. It's easy to get drawn in and conform to what she wants. The fact that you've resisted means you're stronger than Gloria. It means you're stronger than Carmosa. I'm sorry you had to suffer for it, but it makes you even more admirable. You really had it rough, and I know that left a mark on you. But it doesn't make you worthless. You know, I don't need your pity. Trust me, that's the last thing on my mind. You've still been absolutely horrid to me. But now that I know what happened to you, well, I just wish that you knew better. I've had enough of this. I've done enough work. You can handle the rest of the dinner, can't you? Well, you don't really have a choice. I'm leaving. I can't tell if we actually are becoming friends or not. For a girl who wastes her life away in the kitchen dreaming of better days, you sure can be self-righteous. For a girl so cynical and angry with the world, you sure look like a self-made victim. And I suppose that entire conversation between us was pointless. Good luck with dinner. What is wrong with her? I can't believe we actually had that conversation. It was definitely unexpected. I think I need some time to think it over. The meal is nearly done anyway. All that's left is to get one of the servants to cook the rest right before it's served. I really need to get out and gather my thoughts. Everyone else is busy, so I'm sure no one will notice if I sneak out. Ba-choom! So the main hallway's empty. I'm gonna leave it here. I think we've had quite a long episode this round. I will continue later. Let me know what you think. Are we becoming friends with these girls? I don't know. I can't tell. Am I even supposed to? Am I supposed to hate them? Am I supposed to go after the prince? I don't know. I know it's a choose your own, so I'll have to figure it out myself, but if you have an opinion, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, I hope you have an awesome day, and I hope that you stay sweet. Bye!